position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Gators will kick it away to start. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Gamecocks offense will get the ball first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
He'll pull it on the read. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On the ground, it's Parks. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know we only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
And the Gamecocks look to keep this drive humming. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Gamecocks will have it 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Looking to pass. It's Rasmussen. Lets it fly. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Wide open downfield. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's first down from the 37-yard line. Making side adjustments here. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
That's already the third target this guy has had on the opening drive of the game. He is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. They'll run the screen. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Dropping back, it's Rasmussen. Got the quick pass.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Looking to throw again. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
And on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Makes the catch. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it on the run. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll run play action. He wants it all. And that one is picked up in the end zone.
Offense knew coming into this game it was not going to be easy throwing against this defense. They're at the top of virtually every major statistical category when it comes to pass D, and the quarterback just found out the hard way, throwing a pick on the opening drive.
Snags it quickly on the left. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Offense gets set for second down. From the gun, the ground game. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
It'll be 3rd and long.
Here we go.
From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. He gets it up close to the 25. Out of bounds, they'll mark it at the 24. The Gators send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Takes the handoff. It's Woods. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. And the Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time. And here comes the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. They booted away on 4th down. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Give to the running back. Cross the 30 out to the 33, engage 4 on the play.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Spins away from the defense. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
He did a really good job on 3rd down, knowing where the sticks were, making sure he got past it. Listen, quarterbacks can get hit near the goal line punching in. On 3rd down, those are those situations where
he hurls one deep down the left side. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They've got him then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. To give on the counter. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And this offense doesn't have much space to go backwards anymore. I think giving that up, man, you got to be physical. You got to find a way to get this ball out of the area of your own end zone. You don't want to flirt with the safety. That means being physical and getting it back downhill, not going backwards.
They're just hoping to get a little breathing room for the punt. Brings it in down the left side. Off to the races. The 20. He slid, find his way, and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
And how about the offense being aggressive, willing to drop your quarterback into the end zone? If he gets tackled, it's a safety, gets the ball out, and the receiver does the rest. 98 yards to the house. What an explosive play.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Finds a man on the left. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. One play in this drive and already out to the 41. It's first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. They're dealing with a second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
I think a lot of fans were hoping that this offense maybe made some adjustments considering how much they struggled the last time they took the field. And early in this first quarter, it still seems like they're trying to iron some things out, just not clicking the way they need to be.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
Well, watching this DB on film, I just love his ability to break on the ball, and I think he was anticipating on third and long that time, the offense throwing it right around the sticks. So he was able to drive on the football and secure that interception.
They'll move the wide receiver. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. End of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we played one period. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Motion from the wideout. On the move. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. Got his man down the middle. There he goes. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
To the air on first down. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
To the air on second down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Gonna look downfield again. Throws to the tight end. Finds a man in the middle. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
The Gamecocks are on the move. Power football with the run. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Off the play fake. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense...
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out, start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
14-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Paul, we're kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the field.
Just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. Offense breaks the huddle on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. Just a little off. Incomplete. The Gators will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Right on the money. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Curl route seems simple, but when you time it like that so it's right on him, man, that's a tough play to stop.
And give the receiver a lot of credit, too, because he knew where the sticks were. He got his depth on the route, and then he came back to the football. All young receivers can learn from this guy right here. Come back to the ball and help your quarterback out.
They go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed.
Turning it on! Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And that quarterback knew the counter run was going to work on that play because he counted the box defensively before the snap. He saw that he had an advantage in numbers and blockers getting a hat on a hat, so he knew that was a green light. As soon as he got the snap, off they go, and it's an explosive play.
Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. They'll try the counter. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He'll keep it himself. Oh, he's got some. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. And they take it in for 6 more points. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that ACC matchup that has just gone final. Miami had a dominant win, the kind the folks in South Florida were used to in 2001 when Ken Dorsey, Clinton Portis, and Jeremy Shockey led the Canes to a national title. Talk about a special team. One team will rise in the ACC standings while the other is going to sink like a stone. The harsh reality of college football when conference foes face off, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is in.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Looking downfield on first down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
He lost one down the sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Blasted as he lets it go.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Punt is on its way. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Can't make the connection, the pressure there. Missed timing.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Connection to the right. Smashes ahead. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. And the Gamecocks racing to the line in a hurry-up. Now the play fake. Going over the top. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
The hand to the running back. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3. The Gamecocks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Quarterback on the keeper. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
They kick it away on 4th down. And that is just about a perfect punt as he pins them deep inside the 10-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there in Gainesville so far. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Wants to go up top. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
And, man, that's a big-time play for this offense. This quarterback, he's put the ball in harm's way. He's already had a couple of interceptions. This ball was kind of a 50-50 ball. Nice to see the receiver make a play and get some yards after the catch and make a big play for this offense.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
And the Gators are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down. Complete to the left. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. They've got it down to the 3, now it's 2nd and goal. Back to pass. He's going for the goal line. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
He'll sneak it. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down.
And, yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense...
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Florida.
I think most coaches on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line nowadays, they're going for it. And I like this offense because if I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win. They're physical, lower their pads, and they get the big 4th down conversion.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on this drive. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
The give to the tailback. Breaks into the open. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll go to the counter play. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The play-action fake. Working the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Finding open areas. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Gamecocks kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Looking to throw for it. A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. And the field goal unit is on the field. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. There is a flag down on the play. Now, if this is on the defense, the offense will have to decide whether to take the points off the board. Might be the worst-case scenario for this defense. Thought they'd held them to 3. Now the offense with a chance for more. The defense just gives back its mini victory of forcing the field goal try with the roughing the kicker penalty, and now they'll have to come up with a stop in the red zone. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. He'll do it himself. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. And here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. He splits the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Turning on the Jets. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown Gators!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Their lead is down to 10. It's moments like this you start to feel a little bit of heat to put points on the board. The give to the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Gives it on the option. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. We've reached the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. And the Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Off play action on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Looking for a crease to the left. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Gators can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the catch, and it'll be 3rd down. He had that thing and just lost his concentration. The Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Gets it out fast. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Now, what a great second effort by the receiver there. Catches the football. He knows he's got to get some yards to get that 1st down. Nice job understanding that, getting to the sticks and getting the 1st down.
Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
They'll give it to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Rides the back and leaves it. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Gators are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Running back searching for a hole. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt. Down to a 1-possession game, 24-17.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Well, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Pocket breaking down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive.
Yeah, and really good 3rd down situational defense. You know it's 3rd and long. You know the pass play's coming. Defense was ready. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
So how good you feeling right now if you're on offense in this situation? You want to just play conservative? You want to punt it over and let your defense finish out the game? Or do you trust your quarterback to go make a play and win the game right now?
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Tries to do it himself on the draw. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Gators really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
Well, the QB and receiver are trying to hook up there on a curl route, but the DB just had better coverage, and he knocked it away.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits him right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Fires one high and deep. Touchdown, Florida! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. Looking for the time with the extra point.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Gamecocks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, South Carolina.
And the Gamecocks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Trying to impose their will with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. On the move, he fires. On target to the left. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
Whistle blows, clock stopped, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He leaves it with the back. There he goes. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They'll try the run. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. So you get stuffed on 1st down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on 2nd, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw in here.
On the run, it's Parks. Past the 1st down marker and still running. And And he's brought down after a nice game. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in position to win.
To the air, it's Rasmussen. Got it! He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll try to get it in with the run. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And they'll take a knee, get it in the perfect spot for their field goal kicker to try to win the game. Noise. Barges ahead. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And you got to think about when you want to use that final timeout, when you're going to clock it. Every single second counts. You need a field goal to win, but you got to manage this clock.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, South Carolina.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And the kick is good. He is once, twice, 3 times the kicker, and this one for the game. That was fun, and it was big time, and it is a confidence builder to come through waning moments and win a game like that.
Confidence builder, dream maker, right? Those are the things you dreamed about in the backyard, drawing it up with the clock running down. You're going to make the play to win. Your offense is going to come through in the clutch. Jesse, that's exactly what they did.
No doubt about it, David. That's a tough situation to be in. There's so much pressure on these individual players to have to step up and have to make that big play. But you could see the belief they had in each other, the respect they have for each other, and now moving forward, this is a huge confidence builder for this team.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.